Punjab, the land of five rivers, where agriculture employs 50% of the workforce. Farmers earned a fair amount for the crops they sold to the local markets, also known as mandis. However, in September 2020, this changed when the Indian government passed three new agriculture bills, which resulted in the farmers being at a loss.
Simply put, a human being needs three basic necessities to survive: food, clothing, and shelter. When any one of these necessities are threatened, expect an uprising.
Since these laws have been passed, the farmers have set up camp by the Delhi border in protest against them. Each day, they face the violence and the brutality of the Delhi police. This caused a worldwide response, and the public were quickly beginning to raise awareness through social media. Another way the public responded to this was by organising rallies across motorways and main roads worldwide. Angad Khalsi, a singer-songwriter, wrote and produced a song about the cause. He did this to raise awareness and shine a light on the inhumane treatment of the farmers.
Okay, are we rolling?
Yeah.
Any human needs the three basic life necessities: food, clothing, and shelter. When any one of these are threatened, it will cause an uprising. The current situation in India is that all three of these basic necessities are affected by the Indian government imposing the farmer laws on people, which they were not ready for. I mean, I'm not from India, so maybe I don't understand the gravity of these events and what exactly these laws would mean for your average farmer. But my sort of advice would be for the Indian government to educate their people, and deliver their message in the right way, rather than forcing their will on the people.
The youth have contributed to the cause greatly. Most of the protests in England were carried out by the younger generation. This is because farming has been a passion in their elders for years, and they are determined to keep this skill alive. Another individual who is very passionate about supporting this cause is Kiran Kula. She's a student who openly expresses her opinions on social media and other media platforms.
Because of course, if we look at the bill, there's one that of course removes the power of government to regulate food supply and everything is removed. The second is that there's no minimum support price guaranteed to the farmers, and the third is that the farmers are allowed to trade wherever they like.
For 8 months now, the farmers and their families have been protesting, fighting to keep their rights. Many members of the public have responded by creating charity pages, and some small businesses have stated that all proceedings will be donated to these charities.
Farmers, there's no meetings with the farmers. None of the farmers are consolidated. These bills they weren't asked for. It was just like these bills they were just thrown onto those farmers at the time. And if you see it, normally, as of course in the UK, we have Parliament TV, so you can see what's going on in Parliament. You can see the debates, etc. And the TV channel that was in India that would cover what's going on in Parliament, they had muted all their, of course, when these farmers discussions were going on, they had muted they had muted the audio, so no one would know what was actually going on. Only until when it came to the last stage of the bill being passed, people started to know about got to know about.
Overall, it is clear to see that the public have shown a huge amount of support for this cause. However, there are areas in which the youth have lost sight of the reason they were protesting.
In one way, I was overwhelmed and overjoyed that the vast majority of the youth used whichever medium they had access to, whether it be social media or holding specific rallies at their local places of worship, or even being, as you say, at the various protests we've had here in the UK. To raise awareness and providing their solidarity and support to our Kisans, or our farmers in India. But on the flip side, I felt there was a minority of youth which totally lost plain sight of what they were there to do. They got themselves in all sorts of trouble with the local authorities, driving recklessly, just used it as a platform to engage with one another. But overall, I would say the response from the youth has been very, very positive. It was a positive disruption, and which facilitated this movement.
The influence they have had through social media has been promising, and we hope it continues to be so in the future. And this just leads one question: do you stand with the farmers?